term fasting means to abstain from food, solid food. And contemporarily, when we're talking about fasting, we're talking about liquid food as well, that is juices, fruit juices, and vegetable juices. Now, fasting, the term meant to abstain, and we usually consider a fast when you go to sleep at night and you wake up in the morning. You have a period of time where you break your fast, and they call that break fast. And that's because of the history of fasting. That's where the term breakfast comes from, or breakfast as we say, but it means break your fast. And another thing is a person should have their stomach empty before they go to sleep, and that's why they say, are you fast asleep? Meaning abstain from food, fast asleep. So the words, if you trace them back in their origin, you'll find out always refer to a period of time when people fasted. Now, for African people, fasting occurred during certain scheduled times of the year. During harvesting season, just before harvest, there would be a fast. See, when you have plenty of food around, and just before the food supply dwindles down, the amount of food you eat decreases, and that puts you on a fast. And then you have the harvest when there's plenty of food again. So between the harvesting season, there was a time when you fasted. These were scheduled by nature. Then there are fasts that are scheduled by the sun, and we use the solstice for that, the winter solstice, the summer solstice. That's when the sun is the highest point from the equator. So they help you schedule a fast. Then there are fasts based on religions, 40 days and 40 nights without food, which is called quarantine in the Italian. That's where the word quarantine comes from, fasting. So we have fasting that are scheduled by religions, fasting that's scheduled by the sun, and fasting that are scheduled by harvesting seasons. Nature, of course, causes you to fast. All animals, whenever they're sick, they stop eating and they'll go get a herb. A dog will do it, a cat, as well as horse and cattle. They will go on a fast. They will just stop eating. And that puts them on a fast, because a fast has a curative element to it. That's why we fasted. It helps to regenerate the system and nourish the system. So it's a time when you give back to nature. During the time that you're eating, you're taking from nature. And during the fast, you're supposedly giving back to nature. And that gives you a balance. And that's what fast was meant to do, to put you back in equilibrium with nature. A time when there's fasting, a time when there's not fasting. So the fast as it's known today includes liquid food, as I mentioned before. And when you're using liquid food, such as apple juice, raw apple juice, orange juice, grapefruit juice, and vegetable juices, spinach, beet, carrot, that's when you concentrate the juice